the very first thing I want to say is don't ever be nervous about this. Sure, it's intimidating. Sure, you can really screw this up. But then there's always shots of redemption. That's what makes it fun. And so what we're going to do here is I've started off with our little bowl of flour, little fortress here. This is 5 half cups, so it's 4.5 cups of flour. I've already added my egg yolks to it, and then I have my regular eggs to it. We are using King Arthur Double Up flour, organic. You can use AP flour. I mean, this is the most amazing thing about pasta, is that it takes flour, eggs, water, maybe a little olive oil. I don't use it. You can. Moisture is going to be your friend always, so you'll kind of know, and you can add some olive oil. I just typically don't do it. I might reach for a little olive oil or water throughout this, but moisture is your friend. So the egg yolks we start off with, and then the egg whites, you'll just know how much to add, but it does call for the 4.5 cups of flour, and then 5 eggs total, 3 yolks, 2 whole. And so what I like to do is just kind of start things off and then add as I go. But again, don't be afraid. This is a lot of fun. It's just like making Play-Doh when you're a kid, only you can eat it. So there. And it's nice to have one of these. It's nice to have a fork. Nothing fancy. I always forget to add salt. Some recipes don't call for salt. I like to give it at least a dozen turns of some sea salt. I don't even know if that's a dozen because I stopped counting because I was talking to the camera. But because we're at this critical mass right here, we've got this beautiful fortress of flour, and we've got the liquid eggs in here. It's just nice to start. And what you'll notice, and again, don't be afraid, is that you have these tools like you're in a sandbox, okay? So this guy right here will help you. This is gonna help you as well. Just start breaking those yolks up. Now, if you're chicken, you can, I don't have a mixing bowl behind me, but you can use a large mixing bowl so that everything goes in there. But have fun with this. This is fun. And yes, if you have a stainless steel table, that's always a luxury too, or marble. Depends on how bougie you are or whatever you've been given. This table was given to me by a dear friend of mine, and so I'm so grateful to have it. But just start scrambling that egg in the well. Now it's important to start with a little flour from this fortress of flour here. Start that flour on the bottom. So when you're taking your, for instance, I used this is a 1/2 cup, and made this little fortress of flour. I took some extra flour and put it right down in the center because it was just completely bare. And that's just helpful. You just want to slowly get the flour incorporated. And something that might be significant to you is that if you're used to emulsifications like oil and vinegars and making dressings and stuff like that, it's the same thing. You're just trying to emulsify or blend flour into the egg moisture here until it becomes a nice dough. And I like to take my time. I've been doing this years and years, but I still like to take my time. You know, time is worth it. And you'll start to see little breaks, little fissures in your wall, your fortress of flour here. Start mixing that egg a little bit more to where you're able to get the flour to start crumbling into it. And just use this guy, stainless steel. Plastics are fine. I like stainless steel. I just do. It's cheap. I mean, it's not cheap, but You know, if you want something done right, it's worth spending the money. This will last forever as long as I keep it clean. Now I still have one more egg in this bowl here that I am going to incorporate in here. I just really wanted to start blending what I had just because it was starting to reach that critical mass where it was gonna bleed out. Don't be afraid to stop and keep moving your flour around. Now, about right here, we've really gotten a lot of egg incorporated into the flour. Flour incorporated into the egg. Save these for my compost. Put that off to the side, and then you can keep just whipping that egg in there, adding it. Like I said, just take your time. You're making a dough. All of this flour is going to eventually make it into there, believe it or not. It's the introduction of a little bit more moisture if need be. I think that egg whites to pasta dough is better than olive oil or water. And I may add one more egg in total to this. I just might add some more whites. Now what I did do for that occasion is strain the eggs that they called for, the egg yolks that they called for. I did strain out my whites so I can add more. I'd rather have egg than olive oil or water. Makes for a more enjoyable dough, more pliable. The proteins in that egg white are great for the dough and its elasticity eventually. And see how I'm using that scraper to kind of just toss some more flour into this mixture here. And then don't be afraid to get a little messy. I mean, just make sure you have a large surface. You're not going to use all of this, obviously. You're not going to use this whole surface. But if you have surfaces to work with, then you can play around with it. Just do that. Just kick some at the top. Get messy with it. Have fun with it. Clean off your fork every now and then. I recommend a fork, not a whisk. None of that. Still try and keep your well. I'm gonna add one more egg. So we're up to 6 now. Pretty much 6 whole egg. Again, don't be afraid. Get in there. I am going to add some olive oil. I'd say that was a generous 2 ounces. You'll see a paste if you're able to look overhead. You'll see a paste forming at the bottom as you're stirring. Start pushing the dough or that flour around. Now, clean hands, just start forming. At some point you won't be able to really use the fork anymore because you're just gonna get dough caught up in the tines of the fork. then just start forming like you were working with clay, because that's really all it is. And gently, I'm putting very little pressure, just enough to form the flour around the egg mixture. Okay? Just keep forming it, and you'll see that color bleeding through. The moisture is accepting the flour. Start pressing on it. Just forcing these two things to be together. It's like a good marriage. Everybody can have fun. You can twist a little bit just to see if you're able to work with it. It's all about testing things out. Start pressing things down. Start applying pressure where you're just getting that pasta form. Just use your hands. Just use the blades of your hands. Like that. Every now and then. That out of the way. Every now and then just go underneath with your scraper. Again, stainless steel scraper, better than a plastic one. It's more rigid. Don't worry about the dry stuff. Everything, like I said earlier, moisture is your friend. You want this happy balance. Now see, you can start working. You can keep scraping and forming. Cupping. And then start getting some confidence that you know that you can move this mass around. You start seeing that you can move it around. You'll know what to do. Once you feel it, you know exactly what to do. And keep working your hands, working the flour into that mixture. Okay. Give it a toss. When you're playing with this stuff, you just look at what can you do with it. It's like a new marriage. You're just testing things out. What can I do? But have fun with it. Apply a little bit more pressure so you're really starting to bond these dry and wet together. This is a really good sign that you have very little shag, is what we call it. This is shaggy. That's shaggy dough. If you're a baker, you already know what that means. You can definitely take that shag and get it back in there. Grab that. Okay. Feels dry to you? Look for that area that's not. Anything that sticks to your hands obviously needs more attention. Just fold. Shaggy with the wet, just keep folding. Like you're making like a little envelope or folding a piece of paper. See how it's starting to turn color? Starting to turn color because the moisture is meeting that dry, and that's what we want. Bring your dough scraper back in, and sure, you're gonna get a little bit on the floor. I have two standard poodles that I absolutely would love to be right where I am right now because they'd be all over the floor just eating pasta shag. See how we're starting to get that nice clay though, right? Getting that nice clay consistency. You see the colors coming together here. You know, you got that nice yellow. You know, that's what you want. That's when you can start beating this thing up and really start kneading, okay? You want to start just working out lumps. Just roll, just let it feel good in your hands, okay? Just do that. And you're also cleaning up your table. The better you do at this, the less you'll have to clean up. Look at that. Okay. Give it a couple of good rolls. Now, what I'll recommend here is that once you get it to a place that it's nice and everything's pretty well together, do this. Take a little dusting of flour. Okay? Wash your hands. Not with any soap, just a little water. Just clean your hands off. All that shag and all the other little stuff that you have on there. And just keep your hands kind of wet, and maybe put the tap, if you have the luxury of having a tap right behind where you're working. And then take your wet hands, okay? Sometimes there's a little shell in there. Take your wet hands without drying them after you just rinse them off, okay? And just start working the dough. That's the other part of water. And you can use any pasta recipe you want. Like I said, mine calls for 2.5 cups of double AP flour, 2 large whole eggs, and 3 yolks. I would go ahead and bump that up to 3 and 3. 3 yolks and then 3 whole eggs. But then, where it would call for extra virgin olive oil and water, do about 2 tablespoons of the olive oil, 2 ounces at the most. But then when it comes for the water, just wash your hands and don't dry them. After you've dusted your table once again, and just come back through, just press through one more time. You don't need a roller or a rolling pin. You don't need any of that. If this is the only cardio you get, well, you're just like me. Okay. Now, you're also looking for just some, you want to see firmness, you also want to see elasticity. You're going to feel it and know exactly when it's time to stop it. Roll this guy. I'm going to do this one more time. Hang on, just so you see. Okay. I'm going to go like this. Just take like 3 fingers. Give it a pinch. You see I'm pinching? See how it's coming back down? Just slowly. Just slowly. That's the elasticity that you want. Now what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to wrap this in some plastic wrap. Flatten it down to a nice disc. Form it like that. We're going to wrap this in plastic, and we're going to let it sit for about 30 minutes to an hour, okay? All right, we'll see you in part 2.